Good morning and welcome to another SaTAROTday with Salon. Today is going to be a little different. I am going to put this video out this morning, but since we are excitingly heading to the Medieval Fair here in a short minute, I'm not going to be able to do any of the card uploads and all the editing I normally do. So this is just going to be exactly what you get. So normally I'll edit in the video, the pictures of the cards and this stuff like that, which I really enjoy doing. I like having them up with a nice backdrop and all of that stuff. But today we're not going to be able to do that. So in light of the Medieval Fair that we are heading to with the Viking theme, I will be pulling a couple of cards from the Yggdrasil Norse Divination Cards. This is actually relatively well known, I think. So I'll have to hold things up like this, the old way, right? But this is the book that goes along with the Yggdrasil tarot. Well, divination cards, I should say. So it's common. I think most people have seen this. If you look up Norse or Viking or something like that, tarot or oracle, this is usually one of the first things that will come up. I really do enjoy the cards themselves as far as the meanings and the imagery. It's very monotone. It's black and white, simple coloring, but very detailed drawings. My problem with this deck is the cardstock itself is terrible. I can't stand it. It's super high gloss. They're super thin. They're very plasticky. They are easy to shuffle if you're good at shuffling, but if you're not a practiced shuffler, which is a thing, then it gets really difficult to make them work together. They hit each other really hard. But anyway, that being said, we're going to go ahead and go right in. There's no intro, any of that stuff, because I won't be able to edit those in. But I wanted to get a tarot out today because, it's my thing. And it was exciting to get up and get ready to do stuff for the Medieval Fair, Viking style. So let's go ahead and pull our three cards. And like I said, I'm not going to be able to do it the way I normally do, where I pull up and post the pictures for you. So just bear with me on that. But I will show them as I talk about them. Our first card is Ermin. Second card, Frigg. Third card, Durin. All right, so in a nutshell, what we're looking at is the messages from the gods, right? So the oracle has a lot of characters in it and a lot of different images, and I say characters because it's not just gods. It's also the gods' consorts. It's also animals. There's lots of things in here that are included. So the first card is Ermin. So Ermin represents, you see that looks kind of like a huge Burning Man, right? But it represents conciliation of opposites, or reconciliation of opposites. And what I mean by that, or what the inherent meaning really is bringing two poles together, right? So when we think of things in polar opposites, which opposites and poles was a big thing in Norse magic, there's a need for that, because like a magnet, you have an attraction and an opposition, right? So when you start to reconcile those opposites, or reconcile those things are at odds with each other, it's a mending, or it's a mending, which is what I'm headed for. So in this case, over the next week or so, the time that's ahead of us, we're mending. This is a form of healing, but it's an active, we're mending and we're putting the pieces in place. Like when we're doing wound care and nursing, we're mending, or allowing the skin actually to mend itself by providing an environment that's healthy for that. So we need the energy of mending, which we've been talking a lot about, how the vortex energy has really started to slow down. And it's not any less energetic or powerful, it's just less turbulent. And so that's leaving us this time that we can mend the things that need to be mended, so that the rest of things, as they continue and cycle as they will, and will always do, we can see that mending and we can see that change and work to make that foundation there. The second one is huge, and it goes so much along with the reconciliation of opposites, and that is Frigg. Sorry, let me see if it works this way. There you go. Frigg. So thinking of, the name Frigg, When you say the word with the emphasis on the G, the A is automatically there. Frigg. There's that sound. Anyway, I'm having fun today. So Frigga, the representation on here is foresight, wisdom, and intuition. Excuse me. Now, if you don't know, Frigga actually has a lot to do with an understanding of things and the fates and all of the things that are happening in the Norse world and the world of the gods and all others, but she doesn't speak of it. She doesn't go out and prove it to anybody. She doesn't call out her foresight. She doesn't call out and speak to, I know what's going to happen. If you want to know, come to me. You know, she doesn't go to the well to learn her knowledge. She knows it. She has that foresight, and she has that wisdom and that intuition. And this is something that we all need, especially when we are on the mend, right? When we are working to mend not only ourselves, our homes, our land, our things around us, we have to consider intuition and foresight in that. Intuition, to me, is the gods and or energies or universe, however you believe, speaking to you. And I think that is hugely important, that you listen and that you kind of go with and move with that information that you receive from intuition. It's also that gut feeling that you have. And that gut feeling comes from somewhere too. That's your own internal knowledge and ancestral knowledge and things speaking to you from your genes. And I mean Genes, not Jeans. But I think it's important with Frigg that we accept and know that we can have the knowledge. There's no need or desire to have to push that knowledge or make sure that everybody knows that you know. That's not what Frigg is about. It's about knowing so that we can make wise decisions for the good and the benefit of all. So we add that to our mending, right? So we're mending. We are pulling the opposites together, right? So if you have a really large cut or gash, you get stitches or you get... I can't even think of what the stupid things are called. Steri strips. Those are to approximate the edges of the wound, right? And so when you approximate those, you bring the opposites together so that they can mend. And that's opposition, reconciliation. And then Frigga is saying, use your intuition. Think about it. Process information. Allow yourself to believe and trust yourself. Have confidence in yourself. This is a very deep internal energy that's coming through the universe, not this big magnanimous outside energy. And then last but not least, we have Durin. Durin, the doorkeeper, also listed for navigation. And so I don't know these characters all that well, so it's something I need to learn and improve upon. So I can only read what I'm feeling, what I see on the card. And so when I think of the doorkeeper, the first thing I think of is the keeper of the key, or the lock keeper, or the gatekeeper, which is Frigg. Recently, I've been working with Frigg a lot to kind of learn and improve on some of the knowledge bases that I have with the whole key and lock and that kind of thing. But the doorkeeper is the one who actually stands at the door to protect it. So, when we embrace or pull in the doorkeeper energy or that navigation energy, it is which path to take. So there's probably a feeling right now, and I am so far into this, of there's going to be multiple paths to take. Which one do you take and which one is the right one? And I've come to learn through tarot and through spiritual work that they're all the right door, because it's whatever the one that you choose is the one that you choose, and you go through it and you can't change that choice has occurred. So allow yourself that freedom. Yes, think about it. Talk about, hey, my hat's crooked here. It drives me nuts. Hate that. But talk about and look at what your options are. Think about it, sure. Make smart decisions. Use your intuition. Work on mending the things ground up first so that you have a foundation to stand on. But when it comes down to it and you have to make a choice on something, or no choice, which is a choice, it's going to be the right one. No matter what, because you're going to take it. Now, you may regret it, or you may feel like you should have done something different, but none of that matters because you didn't. You already have made the choice, and you've gone through that choice. So walk through with the choices that you make. The summary of this week's read is all about mending. I don't know maintaining, where the hell that came from. Is all about mending and pulling things together from the opposite so that they can grow back together and they can seal and hold again. Using your intuition and allowing yourself to breathe in and be confident in your decisions, and then making choices that are going to make things for you and not having regrets about those choices. So I think that's really the key of the energy today and of the next week, is really looking at there's a lot of confidence talking in these cards, right? The Frigga is definitely a confidence, but it's a wisdom, internal confidence that doesn't need to be boasted. And Durin, the doorkeeper, is a little bit more boastful. It's a little bit more, I am here, I'm the doorkeeper. You're going to walk through my door. You can't go back once you do. So if that's the case, then don't spend any of your energy worrying or wondering why you didn't choose a different door. It's the right door. Because you chose it and you're going to go through it, and whatever you learn on the other side of that door is what was meant for you. Now, you may have and will have more choices in the future to make, and you may make those choices better based on what you learned through going through this one. So there we are. I'm going to show the cards again just real quick because, again, I don't have a way to edit them up this time. So this is Ermin, our first card, Reconciliation of Opposites. Then we have Frigg, Foresight, Wisdom, and Intuition. And we have Durin, the Doorkeeper, Navigation. So tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. And hope you guys have a great today, a great Saturday, great weekend, great rest of the week. I look forward to getting back onto some normal tracks and having the editing time again and putting these together. But I wanted to get a tarot out today because it just felt right. So thanks again. Make sure that you subscribe. Share this with anybody who you think would enjoy it. Anybody who maybe wants to learn tarot or share their own thoughts on tarot. Those are the comments I really want to hear. Like, subscribe, and we will be bringing more content to you. So thank you. Hope you all have a wonderful week and love you all.